DC has finally dropped their trailer. Well, their trailer for their trailer. And honestly, I forgot this film was coming out. And not just coming out, but like coming out in December. Nice Strike here, and welcome to my 155 subscribers. I hope you're doing well, and if you're not a part of that 155, I hope you're doing good too. DC has not been having a good streak when it comes to their movies. You had Black Adam, Shazam 2, and The Flash all be financial losses for DC and Warner Brothers. Oh, and there's Blue Beetle, which will likely end up being a $100 million loss and another film to DC's list of flops. But next up on DC's Just Throw It Out There slate is Aquaman 2. And it's so strange that Warner Brothers has put out virtually nothing when it comes to the advertising of this film. I spoke to a couple of friends of mine who were in the same camp and they didn't even know this film existed. But why hasn't DC put any promotions for a film coming out in like 3 months? Well, there's been some rumors being tossed that DC has just given up on this movie entirely and would rather not spend much on the marketing because they know it will flop like their other recent films have. Now that kind of sounds strange and gives you almost no faith in this film, but at the same time it kind of makes sense. There's a lot working against this film. Just for starters, one, you have James Gunn's slate, which if I'm not mistaken makes this film pointless to watch because it doesn't connect into anything moving on. Two, you have Amber Heard, and her whole situation that people were insanely adamant about. So much so that people were going out of their way to either not watch this film or hate it if she's still playing Mira. As a matter of fact, Boycott Aquaman 2 has been trending all over Twitter since this teaser even came out. And Warner Brothers knows this is a big deal because I believe it was last year that they made a petition, and that petition has over 4.5 million people who were refusing to watch this movie. Number three would be Warner Brothers is putting too much money into their superhero films. Whether it's in the budget or the marketing of this film, they're setting this movie up to fail spectacularly because with a higher budget means harder chances of breaking even, and the superhero film are not doing what they used to. Now there could be a bunch of different reasons for that, but that's another topic for a different video. But enough of that for a second. Let's pull up this teaser trailer real quick and watch it. Let me start this by saying I actually liked the first Aquaman. I did. I don't think it was $1 billion good of a movie, but I thought it was okay. Definitely had its issues for sure, but enjoyable. So it makes sense that they're doing a sequel to a movie that made $1 billion, but that movie came out 5 years ago. The sequel should have been out by now, especially if Aquaman was your biggest DCEU film at the time. Also, did any of you notice that Amber Heard was nowhere to be found in this trailer? Now that's probably a smart move for them to do because the amount of people who truly dislike Amber Heard is it's pretty insane. And people have the right to feel that way because Warner has a habit of keeping absolute lunatics attached to their films, but immediately getting rid of someone else based on some flimsy allegations. But the smarter idea would have been, instead of hiding Amber Heard, maybe, I don't know, get rid of her entirely. From the reports that I read last year when this was a bigger topic, her role isn't even that large in the movie, so why not recast her? I'm sure. What do you all think? Anyways, that's it for now. If you like the video, and if you like this kind of content and you want to see more, why not consider subscribing? Until we meet again.